Who sat at the head of the table when you were growing up?
She did.
Mom did.
Mom always did.
Okay, and what would happen if you tried to take her seat?
Wouldn't happen.
No, just wouldn't even try it.
No.
You don't sit at the head? You're the man.
Well, yeah, okay.
The framework is in place for the dining room table we're making for Ronnie and the guys over at the Knights of Columbus. Next, we'll create the tabletop. Now that we have all of our cross supports in for extra strength, let's try and lay a couple of the boards in.
You got it. All right, this is the most important board of the table. This is the meat and potato board. This is the straightest, most solid board because all the other ones are going to go alongside this.
That's right.
Mark me.
To close the gap between the boards, because some of the boards have curves in them from the lumberyard, we're going to close them, and here's the way to do it. You use a pry bar, and you just pinch it.
I'll hold it.
That's it. Don't go too crazy. We don't want to break our joint. All right, now, John, hold that in position. All right.
It's coming together. Oh, before we put it in, I want to sign the bottom, you and I together. Okay? I sign the bottom of all my tables because I feel that they're a piece of art. Signing the bottom of the table is kind of like, remember growing up? We all used to sit under our kitchen table and draw.
My dad inspired our creativity and allowed us to draw on the bottom side of the table he made because he knew nobody was ever going to see it. The last thing we have to do now is put the end boards on. John's marking the curves on the corner.
Look at that. Nice and easy.
This board's going to get a lot of abuse, so we want to make sure that it's glued well in place.
Got it?
Hold on, hold that up. There you go, just like that.
You got it. Ready?
Next step, John's going to work on belt sanding the top, getting rid of some of the bumps.
Okay, so when I use the belt sander, I am not going to touch the edge at all. I'll let you do that. I'm just going to do the top.
Yeah, kind of go back and forth, feel some of the high spots. Again, this is going to be a rustic-looking table. It's going to have a rustic feel. It's going to seem like it might be a little older than it really is.
Like me. Okay. I'm going to get all the big stuff with the belt sander. He's going to get all the small stuff with the vibrating sander.
There you go. Okay, basically done with the fine sanding. Next step, I'm going to router the edge, but while I do that, could you please go and get me some brie wax?
You got it.
Got money?
I do. Yeah, I'll take care of it. What's up, Ali?
Hey,
how you been?
good, good.
All right. We are going to finish our farmhouse table with brie wax. It rubs on nice and easy. About 15 minutes later, you rub it back off, little elbow grease. Takes a shine that'll last 2, 3, 4 years. Put it on Jimmy's tab.
You got it.
I got the brie wax.
Nice.
Yeah, how's it? Oh, this looks nice. The edge?
What do you think?
It looks fantastic. It's going to look even nicer when we finish it.
Yeah, the brie wax is going to put a nice polish on it.
All right, let's put it on the table. You should flip it upside down, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. While you brie wax, I'm going to make my magic mix to fill in the holes.
Okay.
So I learned about 20 years ago from a rustic furniture maker named Pete. He was my boss. He taught me how to make a special mix. See that? That is just superfine sawdust. Then you make a little concave in the middle. Then you take regular wood glue. You pour that in the middle. You try and do about a 30% glue, 70% fine sawdust. Then you do a little mix like this. Almost like you're making a pizza for one, like Jimmy would make at home.
Or a pizza for 3 when John's home alone.
Oh. This is 20 years of doing this. Watch. You keep patting it down. See how that's thickening up? Now we go to the next step. You want to go for one right there? Make one little globule. There you go. Your hole is filled with putty. This will be dry in only about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll hit it with a tiny bit of sandpaper. And the best thing about my little secret mix is that it's free. It's just glue and sawdust.
Your secret little mix is no secret anymore.
It's our little secret.
While the table's upside down, I'm going to finish pre-waxing the legs. Then we flip it right side up and pre-wax the top, and we're done. I like to use a brush when I use my pre-wax. It helps me get it in the details. You don't use a brush, right?
I'll tell you. Okay, now this is the way I was taught. I'm not saying it's the exact right way. To get a little on the rag, step aside, and then you kind of go like that to get in the circular spots. My way is better.